motor park brand of politics, nurtured by the old brigade politicians, and in recent times by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mr. President, it is through your influence that the Nigerian National Assembly has become a haven for legislative rascality. Mr. President, it's under your watch that the National Assembly has become an extension of the executive, grossly violating the principles of separation of powers and rubber stamping the whims and caprices of your office, all while singing the international anthem of sycophants on your mandate we shall stand. Mr. President, thanks to your political machinations, Nigeria is now bedeviled by a captured National Assembly, the most ineffective in its checks and balances role since the start of the Fourth Republic. In 2006, the Fourth National Assembly had the audacity to reject the tenure extension bid of a sitting president. In 2010, the Sixth National Assembly summoned the courage to stand against the power hijacking cabal and restore Nigeria to the path of constitutionality by invoking the doctrine of necessity. In 2011, the House of Representatives of the Seventh National Assembly had the courage to elect its leaders, as did the Senate of the Eighth National Assembly in 2015, defying executive interference. This National Assembly, the 10th, has by its unconstitutional endorsement of the president's abuse of powers proven to be the most spineless in our recent history. Through its actions and inactions, the National Assembly has in effect become the 48th member of the president's cabinet. Why?
Good evening, everybody, and happy Easter to you all. It's already ended, so tomorrow morning everybody gets back to work. Let's be fair. Let us be fair. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is enjoying docility of the citizens. Let's be fair. In fairness to him, he would not dare be a tyrant. He's only riding on the wave of what the citizens are allowing to happen. No presidents dare anywhere in the world. Nobody dares. When the citizens are in their numbers saying this is what we want, and they will say he dares go against them, no, it's not possible. But let me tell you what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is enjoying. He's enjoying controlled opposition because he's the one who is the opposition. He's the president and the opposition at the same time. And he's been planning this not just today, he's been doing it, planning it for over 20 years. Yes. And I say boldly, since as far back as when he was governor of Lagos State, it was opposition to Obasanjo. The only opposition at the time, like real opposition. When Obasanjo was seizing Lagos State local government administration funds, as far back as then, Tinubu decided to stand as in the opposition. He then controlled all the oppositions. All these ones you see today are not oppositions. They are Tinubu. They are Tinubu's handiworks. No opposition again. No opposition again. So all these things, Tinubu was the opposition to PDP. Sponsored every newspaper pages, every columnist, all of them are defunct now. All of them, because Tinubu only used them as the opposition. Yeah, so Tinubu used all of them as the opposition. So Tinubu was the opposition. He used Ribadu. He didn't contest. He contested using Ribadu. What is Ribadu today? Later, he contested using Atiku. What is Atiku today? He knew what he was doing. He was using all of those, all those that should have been against him. He brought all of them closer and used all of them. After using all of them, finish as the opposition voices, protesting when necessary. Pastor Tunde Bakare wey dey talk now. Save Nigeria group. I remember they were all together in the opposition, trying to remove PDP out of power, kick PDP out of power. PDP left power, Tinubu came in now. No, Tinubu first came in through Buhari to spread his tentacles to the north because he started with the ACN, brought Ribadu to contest. Ribadu was supposed to be the one who would have probed Tinubu to his knees. Whatever Tinubu did to Ribadu brought him closer and told him, you should be president. Don't you think so? The thing looked juicy to Ribadu. He used that thing, trick Ribadu, Piam, finish Ribadu. The next highest contender that would have been was Atiku. He told Atiku, let's give you tickets. We have the South already. Don't you think? And you already have block votes in the North. You have your own tentacles in the North. We have the South. Let's work together. Come and contest on our party tickets. They finished Atiku. Then they came together and brought Buhari. Then he now used all of those he has worked with before, brought all of them. In 2015, they worked together. Okorocha knew, Ndi Isaiah knew, Atiku knew, Ribadu knew, brought all of those together and said, for the first time, let's clinch this thing. He clinched it through Buhari. Now he was ready to go. Now, who would be the opposition? Who? He already owns he controls all the parties, all the coalitions you can see today. Now Tinubu get them. So if you allow anybody deceive you, now you sabi. All the things gathering today, now only Atiku with his own ambition and Peter Obi. Now them they based on their own ambitions. Every other thing around them, now Tinubu installed them. Now Tinubu installed them, so yeah, they are forming this area. Go and join them. Enter here. Tell them you are supporting them. You are with them. Now still Tinubu. What you see today is controlled opposition. So if you think PDP is an opposition to APC, you are wasting your time. Now Tinubu dey PDP now. Nobody dey PDP again. Nobody dey PDP again. Atiku, forget. Atiku is already surrounded by Tinubu. Or is it Wike? Oh, which Wike? Tinubu is. Let me play this for you. Let me play the. Just watch. Listen to this.
Will you deliver the PDP to the President Tinubu in 2027?
Why?
I know you are not an APC
Why
member,
you asking me
but
that
will
kind
you
of-
deliver?
Who is Tinubu other than me? Why are you asking me that kind of?
Because you are still a member
Hold
of
on.
the
You know why?
opposition.
You know why you shouldn't ask me that question?
Listen again. Who is Tinubu other than me? Let's play it again. Just listen again.
Will you deliver the PDP to the President Tinubu in 2027?
Why?
I know you are not an APC
Why are you
member,
asking me
but
that
will
kind
you
of-
deliver?
Who is Tinubu other than me? Why are you asking me that kind of?
Because you are still a member
Hold
of
on.
the
You know why?
opposition.
You know why you shouldn't ask me that question?
So ask me, who again is there in PDP? I've told you about Atiku. Atiku is already surrounded by Tinubu's men. Okay? Now, who again is there in PDP? Wike, if you think Wike is the next strong person in PDP, I just showed you Wike. Wike is telling you directly that who else is Tinubu, that Wike is already Tinubu. So what else do you want to tell me? So is PDP still an opposition? Forget it. In whose hands is the PDP machinery? Wiki and Co. Sheyi, what's the name of this man in Oyo State? Sheyi Makinde already told you that he's not going to contest against a fellow Yoruba man. So what else are you waiting? What else are you looking for? River State, Wike is already with Tinubu, and they have already declared state of emergency to clip the wings of Ubura. So what else are you waiting for? No, is there any opposition again? Tinubu is the opposition and the president at the same time. So if you think anybody is going to, or any coalition, any fake coalition is going to take Tinubu out, now Tinubu still be the coalition. Whatever coalition you are seeing today, El Rufai and Co, now still Tinubu. Fayoshe. Tolu is asking me about Fayoshe. Tolu, are you playing? Are you joking? Fayoshe does not have any war chest right now. Fayoshe is already an ex. Fayoshe is an ex, and if you listen to his speeches the last time, Fayoshe is already telling you that he is agreeing. Fayoshe is like Renu Omokri. He's already telling you that he's agreeing with Tinubu's policies and that Tinubu should be allowed to do his own terms. You didn't hear Fayoshe saying that? And Fayoshe is also grateful to Wike, by the way. Fayoshe is grateful to Wike. And this is Wike talking here. You just listen to him. Or should I play it again? Fayoshe is already a downline to Wike. And Wike is telling you he's Tinubu. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? One governor is already a PDP governor declaring openly. What's his name? Please, somebody remind me the name in the comments. A PDP governor again Emo no or something like that is his name. Declaring that a PDP governor declaring that he is supporting Tinubu straight up, and it's not about party. So Tinubu planted all these guys in PDP. So Tinubu is already the opposition. If you are thinking PDP is an opposition, Tinubu is already the opposition. So what are we telling? What are we talking about? So all these people you expect to speak cannot speak again. Soyinka cannot speak against Tinubu as much. He has soft spots for Tinubu already because they were together in opposition. Soyinka matched for Tinubu in the opposition before Tinubu came to power. The first and only time Soyinka publicly or openly went to Asoro for Tinubu, you heard what he said. He said he can't criticize Tinubu yet. Thank you for suggesting Akwa Ibom governor Umoeno. Let me play Soyinka for you so that we are not just speaking. You will understand, okay? You will understand now.
Thank you very much. Now, let me try and break the mood very quickly by beginning by telling you a little personal anecdote about this person in whose name is a colloquium series been inaugurated. You see, many people know Bola, many aspects of him, but me, I treasure very. As you know, he was a fugitive offender, like many of us here. Many other things. Former governor of Lagos State, but see, and a businessman, or some of us within the anti-Abacha movement would not have survived. But then even for businessmen, successful businessmen, there comes a crunch. And during our period of exiled resistance, we looked for all kinds of means to raise funds, including even trying to print redeemable bonds. I think we did print redeemable bonds. We were so confident of victory that we said, look, let's print bonds and sell those bonds, and the opposition triumphs. And we designed those bonds. Incidentally, you may not remember this, apparently the symbol that we used during that time, which was supposed to be symbolic of growth, because it was a shrub. Apparently, that shrub looked very much like marijuana. We didn't know it at the time. Somebody pointed it out later on. But finally, Bola said, what are we going to do? We have to find funds. I said, well, you're the businessman. What can you do? I said, well, I've heard that there's a rice line between Taiwan and other places, I think that I can get a contract to sell rice between Taiwan and Africa. So I said, well, okay, go ahead and sell rice. He said, yes, but you see, they require letters of recommendation. And,
That's Bola laughing there. That's Tinubu
you have to write
laughing
one.
there.
I said, me, I don't know anything about rice.
You
I
can
don't know anything
see
about
right
business.
behind Professor Shoyinka
Nobel laureate.
is Tinubu's
Write
symbol.
and say,
Just
we're
check
trading in rice.
behind him.
Give the letter to me. I will take it to the government of Taiwan, and they will supply the rice. I will sell. I will use the money for the revolution. Then, after we all came back, my house had been more or less made inhabitable, and I took a sort of pied-à-terre, a small place in Lagos where my house was being fixed. I began living there, but I found the work was so slow, so that I stayed in Lagos for some time. So I got this.
Charles, Ogu, just open your mind, you get it.
Destroyed already, and the owners wanted to get rid of the house.
Open your mind, you get it, Charles.
Reasonably cheap. And so we moved in there, in this unfurnished place, and suddenly a vehicle rolled up. And what did it contain? In fact, I thought it contained rice, leftover rice from Taiwan. But it was pots and pans. I mean, what more essential thing do you require if you're moving into an unfurnished building? You need to cook. His wife, Remy, sitting there, had thought about these details and sent pots and pans and fridge or whatever to the house to enable myself and my family to survive until my house was repaired in Ogun State.
Gentlemen and ladies, are you still expecting Shoyinka to be the one
And
to
there are
keep
a few other things, but I won't tell you.
speaking or stepping out to come and protest for you or for me or for us? Sorry, it's not going to happen. If Shoyinka manages to speak now, it's just speaking out of necessity as a poet and a critic. I'm playing these things as evidences to show that these people have their weaknesses already. Even you that is talking today, if after all the agitations, noise, criticisms, and everything, if you see somebody you have soft spot for coming to power, you will lighten the weight on them. It won't be as much as you put the weight on others. It's subjective. Let's be frank. So the only opposition Tinubu can have today is the people themselves. If you are expecting that, where are the Shoyinkas of this world? I just showed you Shoyinka now. Where are these people or that people of the world? You already know where their positions are. Most of them worked in the opposition alongside Tinubu, either during Nadeco or other times. And they now see Tinubu as one of them clinging to power. They would have soft spots and they are not suffering. So it is you now who is feeling the pang that must join voices with others in similar situation to voice out now. So stop, leave Shoyinka. Leave. In fact, I wasn't expecting Pastor Tunde Bakare. Although yes, he had a dint of personality difference, because I remember that even when he contested at the APC primary, he said he wasn't going to bribe a delegate. He was expecting delegates to see him as an independent person who would come and try to make a difference. He was making a big mistake. He didn't know. You find yourself in the middle of sharks, hyenas, and jackals, and you are saying you are not going to play by the balls. You want to be different. Really? Tinubu knows better. As you see him laughing, okay, he knows better. So Pastor Tunde Bakari is one of those few who believe that they could go in and hijack the structure and change it from inside. I mean, I'm talking about Pastor Bakari. Pastor Bakari is one of those few among the comrades who felt they could go inside rather than building a new structure altogether to counter the structure of criminality, structure of impunity, the structure of corruption that has been built over time. He felt he could go into the existing structure, hijack it from inside, and change things from there. That was what Pastor Tunde Bakari thought. I'm not sure he had a delegate, a single one, during that primary. I'm not sure. How many of you remember that Pastor Tunde Bakari was among the presidential candidates in APC primary? How many of you remember? He thought that he would find some delegates who would stand out to say, we are not going to take money. We will support the truth. In APC, in the inside that APC, now you carry the delegates come. But anyways, I'm sure he knows better now. Afterwards, Pastor Tunde Bakari, we saw a video of him trending, saying that Tinubu worked overnight. He did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. You expect him to finish all of those works and just come and just hand it over to you and say, "Come and take." Like, come and take. I've done all the works for you. Come and take. Tinubu was not doing it for anybody. He was doing it for himself. All the works. Making a tailor become local government chairman in Somolu, making somebody who did not expect to be governor to become governor, making somebody who wasn't expecting to become anything somebody, and those who expected everything to become nothing. You think he was doing all of those things out of altruism? Or you think he was doing it for altruism? No, he was doing it for himself. Now, who is left to speak as opposition? And for those under illusion thinking that they have one Messiah in LUP, excuse me, who was greasing and oiling the LUP before that emergency Messiah was sent there to go and become the presidential candidate overnight, just because they wanted to split the chances of PDP? I'm not supporting PDP either, but I'm saying it's a game, and that was the game they played. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to offend some people's savior and Messiah. But the fact is, it was all a game. So don't think right now they are starting another coalition talks all over again, wherein both your Messiah and his mentor are still discussing right now whether the mentor should do one term, the Messiah should serve as the deputy and become the president after his mentor finished. That is your Messiah. Your Messiah is currently in talks, as we understand, or as we learned. Just wait for it. That the only way they can work to kick Tinubu out after first time, if they don't want him to do a second time, is that the two of them should agree. Atiku and your Messiah. So that they can have the votes together in one place rather than dividing them. And Atiku will do one time, your Messiah will do the second. We learn they are now doing the talk. But I don't want to go there because I don't want to offend some people's faith in their Messiah. On again. But again, so that your Messiah is not going to be an opposition. Forget it. He's not an opposition in any way. He was. I don't want to say it because again, it's your faith. I don't like offending people's faith. But the point again is that, by the way, if in the eventual, we will get somewhere. Hello? Atiku is not an opposition. He is Tinubu's friend. And he wants Tinubu to do his own finish so that it too can serve his own. So Atiku cannot be a true or genuine opposition. If you are waiting for that, you wait like somebody looking for the tiger in the calendar to come out. It's not going to come out. It's just an artwork. And your Messiah in LUP It's a placebo. Don't waste your time. So the only true opposition there can ever be right now is you and me. It's you and me. So let's not deceive ourselves. That is the simple sermon I have for you tonight as the Easter message. Don't deceive yourself. Tinubu is fast becoming a tyrant, and it is not by his making. It is not by his making. It is not by Tinubu's making to become a tyrant. It is by the making of everybody's silence. And what is causing us to be silent? Some are waiting for Shoyinka to talk. Shoyinka already has soft spots. He's not going to talk. Even if he manages to talk, he's just trying to balance things up. But it will not be as hard as it was on Jonathan. Forget story. That's Shoyinka speaking right there. I just played the video to you. You are waiting for some other people to come out and talk like they used to do against Jonathan. Forget it. All of them are under the opposition formed by Tinubu, and they are now together. They are still with Tinubu. You want them to go back to opposition again at their old age and be fighting against Tinubu to form coalition with who they don't know will win, whether has a chance to win or not? No, nah. They're already included. It's called inclusion. They are factored in already. Uh-huh. They were in opposition with Tinubu. Tinubu is now president. So they're already factored in. Be the new voice. Be the new voice. Those guys are not going to be the voice again. They are spent voices. I don't want to use the word expired. But sorry, they're already included in this present government. Shoyinka is only struggling to be a balanced man. Even Pastor Bakare, you heard, is just trying to struggle to be a balanced man. The fact is that they can't be true oppositions again because they can't. Otherwise, what we know what they did during Jonathan. I was even shocked the day Pastor Tinubu by Pastor Tunde Bakare announced that he was contesting under the same APC. I was like, hey, were you a member there before? How did you conclude or decide that APC, even if you are going to contest, APC is the machinery to use? How? Like how? Well, I still respect him anyways. How many people in APC are still able to speak? But Pastor Bakari is speaking, so it's fine. Gentlemen and ladies, my simple sermon: be the new opposition. All these ones are not the oppositions again. Tinubu is the president, the ruling party. Tinubu is the president, the ruling party, at the same time the opposition. As we speak now, all the people you thought are in opposition are not in opposition. All right? Charles Ogu, come out. Yeah, yes. Thank you for telling yourself the truth. You should come out of your closet and stop all of these things you are doing, Charles. Tinubu is the president and the opposition at the same time. So only us, only you, if you truly want an opposition for Tinubu, not to become a tyrant. Tinubu is fast becoming a tyrant because of your silence, Charles. Because of the silence of all of us, Charles. And all of us are silent, partly because we are waiting for Shoyinka to speak, waiting for all these people to speak. Sorry, they can't speak the way we should speak. So, Charles, come out of your closet and stop all this, Charles. PDP is not opposition. Atiku is Tinubu's friend. Tinubu made Atiku to continue to be relevant when Atiku was almost gone and forgotten. Obasanjo never wanted Atiku to be president. Obasanjo, in fact, started EFCC because of Atiku. EFCC was not a serious anti-graft agency. EFCC was set up by Obasanjo because of Atiku. Yes, it was all to stop Atiku's ambition. But Tinubu told Atiku, don't worry, come to my own party, you will run. So Tinubu and Atiku are friends. When they wanted to kick Jonathan out, Tinubu, Atiku, and the rest of them came together and kicked Jonathan out. So Tinubu and Atiku they talk every fucking, sorry, I used the wrong word. Every time Tinubu and Atiku talk, now you the thing say Atiku na opposition is not opposition. Atiku is only waiting for Tinubu to finish, so that Tinubu can also tell him, do this, do this, do this. I will support you. You to come and do your own. And if you think LUP is any different, sorry. That guy in LUP, your Messiah, is Atiku's boy in PDP. All these things na game. He only left temporarily so that power will not return to North immediately after Buhari finished 8 years. They told him leave. If you don't leave PDP, if PDP wins, power is going back to the North, and that's not good. So he left. They arranged LUP for him. He went there just to divide PDP's votes so that APC can win, for power to temporarily return to South. But now they are finding their ways back and regrouping, talking about coalition. It's the same people now, crisscrossing from one party to the other. It's the same people. I don't know the yardstick people use to choose their messiahs. Twe. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Tribe is part of politics. Bright Chukudi says some of the comments are the reason why we are where we are. Are people completely conquered and delusional? Absolutely. You see, as I close, or in closing, let me say this. The problem is not that people are ignorant. I don't think Nigerians are really or truly ignorant. The problem is not ignorance. Yeah, ignorance is a problem, but it's not the main problem. The main problem is that even in your ignorance, you refuse, or you are fighting knowledge when you see it, or we are giving you knowledge that should cure your ignorance. You are deliberately fighting the knowledge. That is where the problem is. If you are ignorant and you are learning, you will be curing your ignorance. But if you are ignorant and you are fighting knowledge at the same time, you are not going to cure the ignorance. And that is where the problem lies. So Nigerians, like you already said, Bright Chukudi Ogbonna, the problem is that Nigerians are the problems themselves. If you are even trying to open their eyes like this, they'll still be fighting you. Now, why I dey mind my business since I don't want to talk too much. I dey look. Looking not because I know Nigerians are just ignorant. No, looking because I know that many people know what they are doing. Yeah, many people, they know what they are doing. They are only pretending and lying about suffering. No, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. Like that Asobu now, he knows what he's doing. They know the truth. They don't. But they know what they are doing. They know. Way forward, we should stop waiting on these people. Shoyinka is not going to speak for us again. If he ever speaks to criticize this administration, it's just a semblance of balance, like just trying to maintain or form a semblance of balance, just to sound balanced. But we know the weight under which Jonathan came from Shoyinka's voice way back 2013, 2014. We know that is not the weight that the same Shoyinka's voice is pressing on Tinubu right now. So way forward, no Messiah again. We must, by ourselves, fight for ourselves, be the opposition, so that Tinubu will not be a tyrant. Right now, Tinubu believes that every voice that is relevant is in his pocket. Right now, I repeat, right now, Tinubu believes that every voice that should be relevant is already in his pocket. And because there is silence everywhere, he's fast becoming a tyrant. So, in fairness to him, it is our silence that is making Tinubu a tyrant. In fairness to Tinubu, it is our silence that is making him a tyrant. So, solution, let's stop being silent. All of us must continue to speak.